Hey everybody, happy Saturday. It's Lori once again, and I'm here to answer a few questions, kind of share with you what's been happening in the last week or so. The last few days I felt awesome since injection last Sunday. I gotta say that, the side effects next to none, really. A little bit of nausea at first for the first couple of hours maybe, but then it subsided and I was able to get quite a bit done, in my opinion anyways. I was able to put up some Halloween decorations and make some cinnamon buns. Not going to stick with that recipe. Didn't like it very much. Going to use an old family recipe that I've been using for years. You know, sometimes you just shouldn't mess with things. I get that, but I forget it sometimes. So what we're going to do today is answer some questions, because I've been so lucky that you guys keep posting questions below. So keep them coming. Keep them coming, because that's what I'm here to do. I want to answer your questions because, you know, if somebody had done videos like this when I was looking, I would have been ever so grateful to have that knowledge at my fingertips, the experience of someone else. So, with that being said, first question is, what meds were you on before biologics were available? Well, as you know, biologics have only been around for a few years, and they really have kind of mowed down all the competition. And people who have been on biologics and are trying the biologics, many of them are having fantastic results, including myself. I mean, I feel the best I've felt in years. So that's huge for me, that I feel so great and I'm able to do things that I wasn't able to do before. But when I was younger, I was on drugs like Entrophin, naproxen or naproxen. Celebrex, when it came out, was kind of, it was huge. That made me feel tons better. So I was on that. I was given methotrexate probably when I was 13, 14, I believe. Methotrexate came along and that was an option. Other than gold injections, I think I've talked about gold injections before. I was lucky, my parents didn't want to put me on gold, but it was kind of hanging in the balance, so to speak, just about every visit to the rheumatologist, because my arthritis was wreaking havoc for a lot of years and wasn't controlled. But the rheumatologist was doing the best she could, right? So anyway, it was Entrophin, naproxen, methotrexate, cortisone injections, that kind of stuff. So once the biologic came onto the market, my God, it's changed the way anti-inflammatory diseases are controlled. The next question was how long before you started to see changes or results of the drug. Well, really it was overnight, because I went to the nurse and got the injection done on a Wednesday. Well, I woke up on a Thursday, and I'm not kidding you, I had wrists. I had actual wrists, I could see the bones, which crazy. I'd never been able to see my joints. My ankles, I was able to see them again, and my knees I was able to see. Well, we're talking that was within the first few hours, right, after being injected with the drug. Game changer from there on in. It was amazing, and it continues to amaze me. So the biologic, really, for me, I saw effects almost immediately. Now, that's not to say that someone else would see effects immediately, because I get that. My response was not the norm. I know that. But it takes a while for it to build up in your system and to actually break your immune system down. So don't give up on it. If you've just started a biologic, do not give up on it. Because if it starts to work for you, and once it starts to work, it's amazing. You just have to find the right one. I'm on Humira, and it's been working amazing for me. So I think the third question was if I'd ever been offered or prescribed heavy-duty pain meds. Tylenol 3 was really the only one that, the heaviest, if you will, that I've ever been offered. And, that's fine for me. I didn't want to do, crazy amounts of oxycodone or Percocet or something to that nature. I don't like the way pain meds make me feel, and I never felt comfortable taking heavy doses of pain meds. I didn't want to be someone who was, zooed all the time, and just to deal with the pain. I think at a young age, I kind of learned how to push through the pain. But I get it. Some people need something like that because the pain is so horrendous. I understand that. But yeah, the most that I was ever offered was a Tylenol 3. And that was okay for me. You also asked me, the same person also asked me if I was ever able to work. Yeah, I was. I was able to work. For my 20s and, for all of my 20s, I worked. First off in the music business as a publicist and a manager. Right out of college, I was able to do that. Quickly came to realize, though, that the music business is a crazy, crazy world. And the hours are horrendous. We're talking all-nighters sometimes. So for me, that was not cool. I couldn't keep those hours. And I had to kind of just, throw in the towel and say, I can't do this. My body can't handle this. That was really difficult for me because, man, I love that business. It's so great. I love the creativity and just the people. Amazing people. So from the music business, I went to the corporate world, if you will, and I worked for Canada Post for about 6 years. So kind of polar opposite, but same. I love that world too. People are amazing, right? I think any job, if it can be great, if you can make it great. So I worked at Canada Post for 6 years, and then my eyes started to deteriorate and get a little worse. So sorting mail was not in my future. It wasn't in the cards anymore. Sorry, not in the future. It was happening. It wasn't in the cards for me because I was starting to make mistakes, and that really upset me. And I didn't want my customers to not be receiving the best possible service that they could. So I made the decision to leave Canada Post. From Canada Post, I kind of did a few odd jobs here and there, like office temp type jobs. Once my biologics started to really, work, and I felt amazing, I tried again to work, and I worked at a law firm for a couple of days as an office assistant, and had trouble with that because when I was prepping the lawyer to go to court on a Monday, I was having trouble reading the file numbers, and I was transferring them wrong. So, for most people, they see an 8. Well, I could see a 6 or a 0 instead of an 8. So that was upsetting for me, and I had to say, no, I can't do this. So I'm hoping that down the road, I'll be able to find something that works for me. But right now, I'm really focusing on my body and feeling better. I'm hoping that eventually the doors will open and I can maybe do some public speaking, because I've realized that even though, my deformities and all that I have and that I'm dealing with now, they make it difficult to stand and to walk, but I still have my mouth. I've never gotten arthritis in my jaw, thank goodness. And I still have my brain, so I can communicate. So if I can, get out there and do some public speaking and talk to people about the last 36 whatever years of living with this disease, then that is really what I would love to do. So on that note, I'm going to wrap this video up, and I'll come back tomorrow when I'm doing my injection, and I'll film another video with answering a few more questions. In the meantime, if you have anything you would like to ask, please post it below. Post it below. I will answer it. I will. It might take me a while, but I will answer it, I promise. So ask me anything, absolutely anything. No question is off limits here. I am at your disposal. Ask me, all right? Even if you're afraid to ask, your rheumatologist, ask me. And if, as I said, if I don't know it, I'll find someone who does, okay? Take care, everybody. Have a great, great weekend. And, I'll talk to you in a bit. Thanks so much.